Greetings, this is Paul the Poke from paulthepoke.com. Today's topic, Millennial Kingdom, Geographical Implications, Part 1. And the scripture reference is from Revelation 6, verse 12. I looked when he broke the sixth seal, and there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth made of hair, and the whole moon became like blood. Now the context of these set of verses are in Revelation 6 is in the initial third of the tribulation, the seals. And loosely this event takes place 7 years before the beginning of Christ's millennial kingdom. Now there are other issues going on with the sun, moon, and stars, atmosphere, sky within this context. We're not going to discuss those, but the focus of this series is the geological and geographical changes coming to planet Earth. And what you're looking at here is a map provided by the USGS, and it looks at earthquakes. And I have it set up. These are earthquakes of 2.5 or greater magnitude in the last 30 days. And there are over 1,300 of these events. And we also have over 40 active volcanoes taking place on planet Earth. And this is Memorial Day weekend, to give you some context and time. Now this, going back to Revelation 6, the earthquake starts the chain of events in the sixth seal. And the quake is described as great, or megas in the Greek, and it can be translated as significant, severe, gigantic, huge, per Strong's Concordance. So when this happens, it will be a big deal. Revelation 6, verse 14, the sky was split like a scroll when it is rolled up, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And the focus here is, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. Now this is exactly what it's saying in the Greek. Every mountain and island moved out of its place. And that for every is, can be translated each, every, the whole, all of them are moved. The root word for moved in the Greek is kineo, and it can be translated to cause to go, to move, set in motion, or figuratively it will cause a commotion. So all of the above fit here. But what this thing is suggesting, this verse is suggesting, that there will be tectonic plate movement and change across the planet. So you can look at this map and see, in the red, these are the tectonic boundaries, and you can see the actual plates of the Earth. And this verse is suggesting that the earthquake will be so strong, it will cause these to break and start to move. And so just, look at the map and all the different mountain ranges of the world. The Rockies, the Andes, the Urals, Alps, Himalayas, and look at all the islands. And that says that this earthquake will be so severe that these will start to move. They will move out of their set, fixed place. Now we've got, lots of stuff going on right now geologically on the planet. And none of these, even the big earthquake that happened in Japan a few years ago, it didn't cause things to be moved out of their place. So, with this event that's being discussed in Revelation 6, this is going to be an earthquake like we've never seen before. And it's going to start off a chain of events. And where this ultimately ends up, the modern day map that you're looking at is going to be obsolete. And we'll get into that further in the next set of series, posts in the series. Revelation 6, verse 15, then the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the commanders, and the rich and the strong, and every slave and free man hid themselves in the caves and among the rocks of the mountains. And, my take home from this is, God doesn't care how deep your bunker is. He doesn't care how much you've prepared. And He doesn't care if you're the leader of a country or a representative for your country, a politician. Military training is not going to save you. And He doesn't care how much money or wealth you've acquired. and your intellect is no match for the Lamb. That is Jesus. And it doesn't matter if you're isolated away from everybody. You know, you can run, but you can't hide. And Revelation 6, verse 16, and they said to the mountains and to the rocks, fall on us and hide us from the presence of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. And, you know, be careful what you ask for. God will give you what you want. And that will lead us into the next post in this series, Revelation 16:20. It's coming. So if you're interested in these sorts of things, please feel free to check out paulthepoke.com, keyword Millennial Kingdom, geology, geographical implications. Thanks for listening. Bye.